Hello everyone, welcome back to Contrary Sims. I don't usually do app reviews on my channel, but when I stumbled across this beautiful little app, I couldn't resist sharing it with you. I thought it was something that a lot of simmers might enjoy, especially if you're the type to get really into Create a Sim. It's called Live Portrait Maker and it's available on both iOS and Android. It is completely free to download, and for the moment there are no microtransactions, so you can play around with all the customization options to your heart's content. It has a beautiful, painterly sort of anime-inspired style, with plenty of customization available. You can make your character look as realistic or as absurdly fantastical as you like. Randomizing a few times, I think you can see just how varied your characters can look. I've decided to stick with this as a starting point. She looks a little bit more like a blank slate to build on. The first thing I like to start with is choosing a skin color and tone, which is classified under body. You are able to adjust this to literally any color on the spectrum, as the app uses these 3 sliders to change the tone, saturation, and shade. It's as simple as dragging your finger up and down each column until you find the look that speaks to you. You can make a green-skinned alien if you wish, or you could choose a more true-to-life colour. I'm going to go with a darker skin colour. Getting a realistic brown colour can be a bit of a challenge, since the most subtle slip along the gradient can make the difference between an unnatural, ashy undertone or a nice warm and realistic skin colour, but I finally settled with something I liked. One minor annoyance I had was that swiping the top or bottom of my device's screen pulls up the menu bars, and with the sliders placed so close to the bottom edge, I was constantly pulling that up into my own way, especially since the yellow and red shades that are the most appropriate for realistic skin are right at the bottom. Also under body are options to adjust the shape of your character's face, jaw, and even the width and length of their neck. I've given my girl a very short, round baby face, which might look a little odd right now, but I have a very specific look in mind, which will all come together once I edit the rest of her features. And you can indeed edit pretty much every feature in a surprising level of detail. With each facial feature, you will find a number of presets which can then be further adjusted using the sliders again, to adjust the colour as well as the size and their position on the face. I especially appreciate the customization of the eyes because you can actually change the left and right iris separately, so you can create a character with heterochromia, or differently coloured eyes. You can also change the size of the pupil and iris, and add various reflective and pigmentation effects. You can even colour the whites of the eyes to any colour you wish, and I decided to go with a very subtle red tinge, as if the little girl had been crying. Adjusting the actual shape and position of the eyes is, perplexingly enough, classified under eyelashes. With her eyebrows adjusted as well, my vision for her was beginning to come to life. With her round baby face, pouty little painted lips, and thickly lined downward sloping eyes and brows, she was looking very much like a 1920s silent film or cabaret actress. She needed the right hair to complete the look, and I was very pleased to discover that each of the hair presets could actually be adjusted to different lengths and thicknesses. The fringe or bangs at the front can be adjusted separately. Another minor criticism I could give if I were feeling particularly nitpicky, the nose customization felt comparatively less variable. Even stretched out to their largest extreme, they all seemed fairly small and dainty. This could partly be a reflection of the cutesy anime-esque style it's drawn in, but it just feels like the options there could have been a tad more diverse. There are lots of skin details to be played around with, such as scars, freckles, and even dark circles or red-rimmed eyes. There are some very cute clothing and accessories, including glasses, eye patches, and bandages, and this absolutely adorable little tulle bow. You can customize the background with various patterns. And lastly, in the miscellaneous category, there are various other little oddities, from headphones to tiaras to animal ears and antlers. One of the more curious offerings is this little dribble of snot? Blood? I mean, why not, I suppose? I've given her a little tear welling up in one eye. She's definitely beginning to give off spoiled princess vibes at this point. Lastly, there are various filters for different effects. For example, this black and white filter, or this colorizing filter, which I messed around with and toned down to be a more subtle, warm sepia effect. Once you're finally happy with your creation, you can then save the portrait. You will be able to add a text note to it if you want to. I just titled this as Princess because obviously. There is also an option to export your portrait as either a still image or as an animated GIF, which I thought was a thoughtful addition. Well, here she is, my 1920s cabaret star. I think she looks adorable. This is honestly such a charming little app. To me, it's something like a digital reinvention of the old-fashioned paper dress-up dolls. I am aware of similar kinds of dress-up apps, but I've never been compelled to try them. However, the art style of this one really drew me in, and I wasn't disappointed. I am really impressed with the degree of customization that's available in this app, and how flawlessly everything adjusts and fits together. This was clearly such a labour of love. It's really stunning. I definitely recommend you check it out if you're interested in creating and dressing up your own unique individual characters. After all, it is completely free. There is also a separate app for creating male portraits if you're interested in that. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you have any thoughts or questions. Remember to subscribe for more mobile gaming content, and I'll speak to you all next time.